खलीफा के लबों से जो गुलो जौहर बिखरते हैं,
खलीफा के लबों से जो गुलो जौहर बिखरते हैं,
बड़े अनमोल मोती है ये दौलत हम संभालेंगे। बड़े अनमोल मोती है ये दौलत हम संभालेंगे। So we had a really good Friday sermon today. Gosh, we're going to get started because I don't want to delay things. I want to start because now namaz is starting again, 8 o'clock. And last time we finished a bit late after. So, gosh, if just quickly, let's get the Friday sermon done. Let us know what happened today.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, salam.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today's Friday sermon summary. So Hazur spoke again about Hazrat Ali, and Hazur said that I'll continue to narrate about Hazrat Ali and speaking about the mukhat or establishing bonds of brotherhood. Hazur and Aidat Arabin mentioned that history records two such incidents, one before migration to Medina and one after. On above occasion, the Holy Prophet said to Hazrat Ali anhu, that you are my brother both in this world and in the hereafter. Hazrat Ali was alongside the Holy Prophet in all battles except of Battle of Tabuk when he left behind to take over people. Hazrat Khalifatul Masih mentioned some narration of Hazrat Ali's bravery at the occasion of the Battle of Badr. Hazrat Ali. During such expedition, the Holy Prophet ﷺ said to the Hazrat Ali anhu, that should I not tell you about two worst persons? He replied, yes. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said that one is that individual from the nation of Thamud and who harmed the camel of Hazrat Salih al-Islam, and the second will be the one who will attack your head until your beard will be filled with blood. Hazrat Ali narrates that on the occasion of the Battle of Badr, the Holy Prophet ﷺ said to me and Hazrat Abu Bakr anhu, that one of you is accompanied by Angel Gabriel and the other one is by Angel Michael. Hazrat Ali narrates that the Holy Prophet ﷺ continued to pray fervently with pain during the Battle of Badr. Seeing his pain, it made Hazrat Abu Bakr very restless. Hazrat Abu Bakr said to him that, may my parents be sacrificed for you. Do not worry, Allah will certainly fulfill his promises. Hazrat Ali was married to Hazrat Fatima in the second year of Hijrah. Before this, Hazrat Abu Bakr and Hazrat Umar asked for her hand in marriage. However, the Holy Prophet stayed quiet as he wished her to be married to Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu. When Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu came to the Holy Prophet and sought the hand of Hazrat Fatima in marriage, the Holy Prophet asked him if he had anything to offer in dowry. Hazrat Ali replied that all he had was his horse and armor, and the Holy Prophet said, deemed the horse as necessary, but instructed him to sell his armor to arrange some dowry. Before marriage, the Holy Prophet asked Hazrat Ali to arrange a separate dwelling where he could reside with Hazrat Fatima. Marriages. Hazur stated that this shows us the amount of dowry should be readily paid. It should not be that such amount or such promises are much which are impossible to fulfill or require a very long time. This gives rise to many issues. Then Hazrat Khalifatul Masih mentioned about different narrations about marriage of Hazrat Ali and Hazrat Fatima. At the time of marriage, the Holy Prophet prayed for her daughter that, O Allah, seeking protection from Satan, I entrust my daughter and her progeny to you. On one occasion, the Holy Prophet asked Hazrat Ali that, do you and Hazrat Fatima offered tahajjud? And Hazrat Ali replied that we try in this regard. However, sometimes we are not able to get up as per the will of God. The Holy Prophet advised them regularly uh, to be regular in tahajjud and expressed disappointment that Hazrat Ali attributed his own weaknesses in the regard to the will of God. Once Hazrat Fatima requested the Holy Prophet that a servant should be provided to her aid in housework. The Holy Prophet refused at that time. He then advised them both that should I not tell you something which is better for both of you than a servant? Before going to bed, you should recite Allahu Akbar 34 times, Alhamdulillah 33 times, and Subhanallah 33 times. Jazakallah, end of summary.
Brilliant, Jazakallah, Kashif. It was good for me as well. Like now, Jummah started again in mosques. So like while Huzur's speaking as well. Like I'm also trying to think about what I'm going to talk about in my own khutbah when I'm going to the mosque. Like it's really good to be able to recap because sometimes you miss some points and you're busy doing something as well at the same time. So gosh, it's really good. I remember Huzur did mention one thing about during the battle. There was one man in particular who's belongs to the you call them the people who munafiqs. So they say that they're Muslims, but in reality they're trying to deviate people away from Islam. So when people were getting ready to go to the battle, there was one man in particular who was telling people, you shouldn't go, you should stay at home, stay with your family. And this man, he was caught, and anyone who tries to stop, it's a lesson for us. We always pick out what the lesson is. When Azur is saying something, try and relate it to yourself. And what I understood from that is that whenever you're trying to do work for Allah, whenever you're trying to, give time for the Jamaat, there will always be something that happens that tries to block your way. Or Shaitan, he will try to whisper something and he'll make you deviate from that good intention that you had. So remember, always try to do everything with a good intention. And if you are doing it for Allah, then make sure that you're trying to please Allah in the best way. Because you will, in your life, you will always have such incidents that will try and block you from getting blessings. When it's coming to the mosque or helping Bukhari and these things, even your own thoughts, you can associate that to the munafiq of the hypocrite trying to stop people from going to the war. So sometimes whenever you're trying to do something spiritual, even in your mind, your own thoughts can be that that hypocritical thought to stop you from doing that good thing. So remember, always try to pick out the message that beloved Azur is saying in these in his Friday sermons.